Real TV Sports.
NFL Week 10, let's talk about it. The trade deadline just ended today. There were some big moves, so to say. D-Hop and Deontay, that's somewhat old news. D-Hop looking really good for the Chiefs.
Khalil Herbert to Cincinnati is the worst trade of the day. It's the fourth time in the 52 years of the Bengals franchise they made an in-season trade,
That's interesting.
and one of
That's
them was
crazy.
Carson Palmer.
No Zach Moss, get a guy in there.
Yeah, isn't he out for the year, Zach Moss?
So it'd be the year, like the long time they said
Yeah.
though. So
They
it's
said
bad.
playoffs, he'd be back. I
So
think.
I'm cool with it.
Herbert's always been good when he's played.
I think Zadarius Smith is probably the best trade. I
Yeah.
think that he's going to feast in Detroit.
Is he under
move.
contract past this year?
He has this year and next year. He
That's-
could opt out this year.
He's not going to opt out if he
He won't opt
is
out.
successful there.
Yeah, a team that looks unstoppable adds a guy like that. They're good, man. And I love to see it. And his brother Preston also. That's humble. A humble trade to Pittsburgh. He's pretty good too.
That's gonna be the most overlooked trade. Like that. That's a rich get richer trade.
That D-line's already stacked. Steelers also traded for Mike Williams. That's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
Horrible.
It's
Not a fan.
it's a positional need trade.
Not a
the
fan
type
of
of
it, but-
receiver that you want to get there, but like you really can't run Calvin Austin out as your two every game.
Yeah,
Adam Thielen would have been better.
I agree.
he's a jag. He's just a guy, Mike Williams.
Mike Williams and Pickens play the same way.
They do.
They do.
Mike Williams isn't going to change much for them, you know what I mean?
Yeah. If anything, it will be a few more deep balls a game, which
Yeah.
can't complain.
That Mingo trade. So my opinion on it is I don't think it's the best move, but I think for the type of year the Cowboys are having, sitting at 3-5, to go trade a fourth for a former borderline first rounder that had a lot of potential could make sense.
It was
just for the
very
future.
random, though. That was very random.
It's random, but if he works out and he shows any
Yeah.
flashes, he's better than what they have.
Yeah, I don't think
And
it's a bad
We
trade.
could keep their costs down in the future.
I think they gave up too much, though.
Yeah,
for
my
him.
problem isn't Mingo. Because I like trading for a guy with potential. That's cool. It's why are you buying during this season, number one, when you should be selling? Like, I wish they shipped DeMarcus Lawrence. A move I think is overrated is Lattimore to Washington. I think his best days are behind him. I think he's good, but I don't think he's a stud.
Yeah, get a good player, but I think it's also bring in a vet and
The
help
only-
the young DBs.
Yeah,
think that's-
I was going to say that the only problem with Washington is they don't have another old guy. Like, they don't have another solidified starter to go with him. I think his best fit definitely would have been Kansas City.
Yeah, I agree.
Him and McDuffie together would have been nuts.
Yeah.
How about Chase Young not getting moved though after all the
I know.
rumors? That's another thing that
I thought he was definitely going to get moved.
That's
Well,
because
he
he's a
sucks.
bum. Ben saying it. He's a bum.
He is.
I've been saying it for the last 4 years. Chase
Yeah,
Young sucks.
He's overrated.
And there was one more. The Ravens traded for a washed up Tre'Davious White. Cool.
The Ravens love washed up
That's
guys.
nasty, though.
It's
Tre'Davious
a shell of his previous self.
Now we're going to move into our game of the week, which is the Giants and Panthers at 9:30 a.m. in Munich, Germany, with the Machine Gun Kelly halftime show. And now we're going to move into our actual game of the week, the Steelers and the Commanders. We get to see the Steelers against a good team, and we get to see the Commanders get tested against a really good defense. I don't think this one's going to be high scoring. I don't think it's going to be a flashy game. I think it's game of the week because of the result solely. Looking forward to see who wins.
Can we talk about another game here?
We
One
could
of
after we talk about this one.
Oh,
Commanders game is going to come down to coaching. Two overachieving teams this year. Like you said, it's going to be a low scoring, close game.
If I dare to say that Jaden Daniels hasn't completely won me over yet, which he like 99% has, this will be the week to do it. If you could go and beat Pittsburgh and look good doing it, then you're a stud.
Yeah, this is his lockup rookie of the year week.
Yeah, he's already like minus 3,000, which is ridiculous. Bo Nix is actually second, which is ridiculous.
I mean, I think both of these teams, honestly, I don't think that either one of them is going to end up having an all that great outcome to the season. I can't see them making a run. I just don't think they're complete as a full team. I think Pittsburgh's defense is really good. They're just not going to get it done, I don't think. It's a good matchup of mediocre playoff squads. This is like the what if Super Bowl.
There's like a
We'll get to
fan-
see this one in February.
Yeah, there's like 2027 Super Bowl potential.
But I think it's like Matt said, like it's game of the week just to see the result, but like it's not actually gonna be a fun game to watch. There'll be like moments, but this isn't like game of the week because it's gonna be like 35-32 shootout.
what the Lions and Texans are going to be.
Brian, do we get Nico Collins back?
I hope so. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I feel like it's kind of weird to see the IR with the hamstring like that, like so quickly, how they did it. But I mean, you saw Mike Evans too. This is a bad one. Hey, like
Yeah.
he ran what, 70 yards when his happened?
Yeah.
50 on the torn hammy. So like maybe that's what made it worse.
Yeah, that could do it.
But then they're gonna throw him right out there, and he's gonna accidentally bust him for 50, and the hammy goes again.
I'm interested to see Detroit's run D against Joe Mixon, who just eats.
Yeah, what a
A
stud.
great back.
What a stud.
Great back, weekly basis. The guy gets it done. Can the Texans keep up with a good team? They're shaky this year. No beating around the bush. They're not as good as anyone thought they were going to be, even though the record shows it.
Last week I said that Texans would be fine with Diggs going down. I was completely wrong. So now I'm putting my eyes on, is this Stroud not playing well, or is this Stroud's weapons being hurt?
I'd like to choose choice C. Stroud's line has been deplorable. Every play he snaps it, he's like running for his life. He chucks it up, and you could tell he wants to yell at a lineman. Like he looks at him and he's like, but he never says anything. Yeah, that line sucks. Laramie Tunsil's been smoking out of the gas mask.
And he has every right to be doing that. That's what he should be doing.
The Lions just rolled the Packers. There's not even really much we could say about the Lions other than
They're
they're
off.
absolutely rocking. I mean, we have Amon-Ra posting pictures of him and Dan Campbell drinking wine after a victory. Like, that team will not be stopped.
Who would have thought Dan Campbell's a wine guy?
Yeah, straight beer. Miller.
Only when he's celebrating his wins and he's getting fancy does he go for the wine.
Post NFC Championship,
Oh.
what do you think he was on? Like grain alcohol?
That's a grown man bottle of wine.
Now we're going to move into our community hotline, which is your guys' hot takes from last week. Let's see how they aged. We'll start off with the Loch Ness Monster. Locks, Mixon touchdown, Patriots plus 2.5. Brutal beat on that. He actually also had Michael Pittman 75 plus receiving yards in there.
I don't even know if he had 10 yards.
He had one catch for 14.
Well, if you thought that was ugly, it gets worse. Upsets, Colts, their worst showing all season. And Patriots, he said, so nice, got to pick it twice. 0 for 2 there. Yeah, ugly. But that's what we like the Loch Ness Monster to do. We want ugliness there. Josh Noon says, oh, this is just a lot of touchdowns. Joe Mixon, totally. Alvin Kamara,
I don't believe he did.
Brian
he didn't.
Robinson Jr., voided. A-Chain, 2 of them. Lamar Jackson,
No, I don't think so.
2 for 5. Tyler Granahan, as seen in the
What?
bottom left of your screen, says the Titans-Pats game should be prime time. Definitely a hot take.
I don't know. That last play by Drake May.
Yeah, that was
Actually, yeah, and it went to OT.
Yeah, it not that hot.
We'll count it.
Could
Good
have been
take.
better than what we
Oh.
got.
Let's go.
Nick Rinaldi ruins Kyron Williams' 10-game touchdown streak. Kyron Williams touchdown. Kyron 75 yards. I believe that hit. Kenneth Walker touchdown.
Nope.
McLaurin touchdown. 2 of them. Devontae touchdown. Got it. Tank Dell touchdown. Got it. So I'll say good take. This is the one why I said we need research. Ron Rinaldi says, Aaron Jones anytime touchdown. I know that didn't hit, but he tied it in with the Browns Chargers under.
Oh,
That might have because the Browns only 10, I think.
it was
It did hit.
37 total.
It was.
It did hit?
That hit.
All right, so 1
Yeah,
for 2.
over under was 41.5.
So I have a request for everybody submitting hot takes. Make them a little hotter, get spicier, get hot and spicy. If this is your first time watching, comment your hottest take below. It'll be in the video next week. We're going to move into our game picks, starting with our lock of the week.
Team dropped 2 in a row. I still believe in their QB, and they're playing the Jags. Give me the Vikings.
Nice.
Nice.
Cooper Rush is starting at quarterback. If you ever see that, you run the other way. My lock's unfortunately the Eagles over the Cowboys. If the Eagles lose, I'm just as happy as getting my lock wrong. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm hedging myself. Give me the Eagles.
My lock this week, pretty straightforward game here. No way Joe Flacco gets it done. Give me the Bills.
That's a scary one. Like, can't you see Josh Allen throwing a pick 6 to a D lineman?
I'm going into this one with no fear that it's my lock this week.
I'm going to take the Eagles over the Cowboys also. I
Nice.
just think that's a deplorable Cowboys team, and I just think the Eagles are getting hot at the right time. So, Eagles over the Cowboys.
My lock's the Bills.
I'm gonna build upon the Loch Ness. I'm gonna take the Eagles.
I mean, you could take the Eagles and the Bills now.
No, not doing
Uh,
it.
Yo, Matt, give me the Eagles.
Wow. All right. That's a Loch Ness monster.
Oh, it's a monster.
Give me the
rolling.
Bills.
Another one.
Oh my goodness. That's
Whoa.
You know
two.
what? Give me the Bills.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
All right. Loch Nesses are flying. You just saw them.
Can I
This
take
is
the
your
Eagles?
first. All right. That's right.
That's fine.
Every time except one that the majority of us picked a lock as a heavy favorite, they lost outright. We call that the Loch Ness Monster. You know what? Go Bills, maybe Eagles.
But he wanted to say it. He wanted to
Yeah,
say
can't do it. I'll never root for Jalen Hurts. Now we're going to roll into our upsets of the week. Oh, first, I would like to mention these records in the bottom of our screen are our record with our game picks so far. If you go 2-0 on any given week with your game picks, we roll the Rizzler around here. But nobody did it. So no Rizzler this week. On the contrary, if you go 0-2, you have to shave to a mustache. You're the mustache of the week. Unfortunately, yet again, nobody went 0-2. Well, fortunately, nobody went 0-2. So no mustaches either. Just a pretty mid week. But
Everyone went 1-1.
every single person went 1-1. But yeah, so let's break that trend, Go Cowboys, go Colts, baby. Let's everybody strutting here with a mustache. But to get there, we got to roll our upsets.
We talked about this game earlier. It's going to come down to a fourth quarter coaching decision. Give me the Steelers over the Commanders, even though I hate picking the Steelers. I think Jane Daniels proves why he's a future star in the league, but Dan Quinn loses that game for them.
I love the thought process there. My upset is also the Steelers over the Commanders. I think that there's a real test, a good defense.
Yeah, screw it. I'm going to evade the Loch Ness Monster. Give me the Cowboys.
Wow. You might be setting yourself up for a mustache.
Jalen Hurts never, ever plays good against Dallas. So I'm expecting at least three turnovers.
That'd be awesome.
Dolphins over the Rams.
I like
Okay.
that.
I don't
I
know
like that
why.
a lot.
Dolphins
That's a good
over
one. I'm already deep enough with the Cowboys. Give me the Jaguars too. Give me
Oh
both.
my goodness.
boy.
You know what? They showed flashes last week.
They've been showing flashes.
Terrible.
My upset's the Steelers. I just feel like they're better coached.
Well, mate, we're heading to London, and Bryce Young's getting hot at the right time. Talk about great quarterback play last week. If you watched the Carolina Panthers, you would have seen great quarterback play. And I think he's gonna carry it right over across the water. Give me the Panthers.
Nice.
You
I
know this
love it.
game's in Germany, right?
It's
What?
still across the water. It's still across
No,
the
Across the
I
pond.
thought it was it. Oh, that's bad. I thought it was the England one. Same message.
Honestly, the game caught my eye too. Thanks for watching. We'll see you Saturday for our best bets this week. And we will see you next Wednesday to see how we did.